Green is back out at North Wilkesboro. The Tyson Holly Farms 400 underway again. Best battle on the racetrack for third spot. Earnhardt wants it from Gordon. They go into the corner wheel to wheel, and Earnhardt comes out with the spot. And Mark Martin now is going to try to pull up alongside Jeff.
Gordon won't fight him too much. He's thinking of the big picture, those points. He doesn't want to get into any skirmish here in the early part of the race, so he'll let him go. He's already led a lap. Got him 5 bonus points, so he'll settle in there in a spot that's comfortable for him.
From Mark Martin's root cam, you can see that he has indeed passed Jeff Gordon, and so Jeff falls back to sixth position. Already a donut on the side of the 1 car there, Rick Mast, as he and Joe Nemechek are wheel-to-wheel side-by-side.
He hopes that's all the damage he'll have today when he leaves this racetrack as a wheel mark.
Jeff Bodine, whoa, gets a little loose and causes a traffic jam behind.
Something's wrong with his car. Yes, yeah. Something is wrong with Jeff Bodine's car. And Bobby Hill's about to hit him again.
I think he's got a flat tire.
The left rear tire is flat, Ned, yes.
Good eyes. So Jeff Bodine has won this race 3 times, 89, 92, and 94, but he's into the pits early for an unscheduled stop. Look what happened there in turn 4.
Well, he was one of those drivers that made a pit stop during the caution. And you see apparently the tire goes down there. He gets a little bit crossways, gets hit, and right in the middle of all that traffic, he does a good job. And so does a lot of other race drivers do a good job there of keeping running over him.
So the work is already done on the QBC Ford, and Jeff Bodine is rolling once again. Meanwhile, up front, it is Bobby Hamilton leading Ernie Irvan, Dale Earnhardt now third, and Jeff Gordon has repassed Mark Martin.
Yeah, Mark Martin going in the corner slow to just let Jeff Gordon go by. I thought for a moment that something had happened to Mark Martin's car, but he just was letting Jeff Gordon go.
Here's a Graham Field summary for you with the starting position of each driver in parentheses. Joe Nemechek is also in the pit area. He was involved in that little skirmish there with Jeff Bodine, maybe a tire rub or something.
Yeah, and he was one of those drivers who had made a pit stop during the caution too. As a matter of fact, the 5 machine cars in the field, those that were running at the back of the pack, all stopped during that caution, as we see Morgan Shepherd making a pass here.
And the left side of Ken Schrader's car is showing some wheel marks too. They're all passing the pole sitter, Ted Musgrave, who is really struggling here in the early going. He's back, what, to about 17?
Yes. And still losing spots. He's just having a tough time.
Jerry has more. Musgrave is just continuing to drop back, Jerry.
Bob, you're exactly right. Not exactly what they had hoped to have happen. You know, we talked about how green the racetrack was. Howard Comstock said the car is just so tight now they can't turn it. They were hoping the track would come to them in the first 30 laps, but we're almost pushing 40 laps now, and the track hasn't come to him, but the traffic has. He's being passed one by one. Let's check in with John Kernan.
Jerry, I'm up in Jeff Bodine's pit and looking at the tire, the flat tire that came off there, the left rear, and we can't find any problems. There were no punctures. They say the tire just went flat. All the valve stems are in place, so there's no problem there. They say the tire just went flat. They can't find a puncture. Let's go to Bill Weber.
Another strong qualifying run for Johnny Benson. He also drove in the Craftsman truck race here on Saturday. I talked to his crew. They said they learned a little bit from tire wear. Johnny's truck was great at the beginning of that race, but it got more loose as the race went along. They were hoping that wouldn't be the case today. They were going to make the Pennzoil Pontiac a little tighter before the race went on. But right now, Johnny's car is a little bit loose. That's what he's telling his crew.
They say they're running in 9th place at the moment.
Right ahead of Jeremy Mayfield, and here's a battle between Derek Cope and Jeff Gordon. And Cope moves into 5th, Jeff back to 6th. So after leading the early lap, Jeff Gordon finds himself dropping back, as now he's going to receive a challenge from Rusty Wallace.
This is from Kyle Petty's cars. He looks at Dale Jarrett and Jeff Green. That's Jeff Green driving the 29 Cartoon Network car.
This is the next to the last car. Kyle Petty is behind Jarrett there. Jarrett was the last one that didn't stop. Everybody behind him stopped, and they all have on new tires, and I'm sure that they're sitting there wondering, hey, we made a mistake, because every one of them now have passed him. John Kernan?
Well, Dale Jarrett told his crew chief Todd Parrott right before the green came back out, he said, hey, we should have pitted taking on 4 tires because this car is very, very loose. So yes, Ed, you're exactly right. They're second guessing themselves right now, saying they should have made a pit stop and changed tires.
Kyle Petty picks up the position on Jarrett.
By the way, Joe Nemechek and Jeff Bodine each lost 2 laps when they made their green flag pit stop.
Ricky Rudd, Wally Dallenbach. Here is Bobby Labonte and Darrell Waltrip, who took a champion's provisional to get in the race, but Darrell is picking up some spots out there.
Yeah, he has those fresh tires. He was one of those that made that pit stop, so he is really coming back up through the field. That was a very smart move. He was back near the pack of the field when the caution came out, so he just chose to come in, put on new tires.
Whoa.
Very smart.
Boy, some contact there between Dallenbach and Bobby Labonte.
Darrell Waltrip goes in right on the back bumper off Ricky Rudd's time machine. Look at that. Darrell Waltrip started 37th and is currently 17th.
So you can't pass on a short track. Doing a great job of it. Nobody knows their way around this track better than Darrell Waltrip.
He's won 10 times on this track.
2070, leader 28.
So Jeff Hammond right then told Darrell that he was running 2070, 20.70 seconds, and the leader was running 28. So right now, Darrell Waltrip faster than the leader. John Kernan.
To Jeff Hammond earlier in the morning, and he said, you know, it really helped the fact that Darrell, even though he's won 10 times here and has all the experience here at this racetrack, that he ran the truck race on Saturday. He said we may have learned some things in the truck race that could help them today. And even though they started shotgun on the field, Jeff said, hey, this is a good car. We had it at Martinsville last week. We had the power steering problem, and that put us behind. We didn't get the chance to show how good the car was last week. We're going to show how good it is today.
Well, here's a whole gaggle of cars, a whole covey of them coming down the straightaway.
Yeah, you got the 23 and the 4 cars. Both made pit stops during that caution. They have fresher tires, and they caught these guys who are racing side by side with each other. Ooh, 3 abreast here. Sterling, you better back off. And he did.
Your tires.
Joe Nemechek going by the leader of the race, Bobby Hamilton, with those fresh tires. He is faster than Hamilton, so he has one of those laps back.
Look at Ernie Irvin, who's now come right up on the back bumper of Bobby Hamilton, first and second position here.
The 28 car, the Howland Texaco car, has been fast here for a long, long time. When Davey Allison drove that car here, it was a very fast race car.
350 laps to go. 50 have been completed in the Tyson Holly Farms 400 as we say goodbye to Winston Cup racing at North Wilkesboro.